This will be the largest group of assembled fans in the Western Hemisphere. That's why they need a big house. Welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the 21st ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Wolverines will kick it away to start us off. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they'd get him on the ground at the 20. The Ducks offense will take the first swing of the game. And this wide receiver, he's the linchpin to the offense. They want to make sure they find a multitude of ways to get him the football. And it's a risk-reward scenario on defense when you're trying to cover this guy, Reese, because you play man coverage, you risk him running by you and catching deep balls. You play too much zone, and then he can hurt you after the catch. A lot of different ways that this guy is very dangerous. Here's the handoff. Hard running there. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Getting some heat. Hit as he throws. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. They'll try to power their way ahead. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Might as well give it to him again. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Comes out throwing on first down. Fires on the run. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
That play just got wrecked. 3rd and 1, and they went backwards. This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. Going for it all. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds. So the Michigan Wolverines offense has its first opportunity of the day. As dynamic as this guy is on the outside, Jesse, you know he's going to be peeking that way from the free safety position.
Yeah, he's been watching the film. This dude in the middle, man, he can light people up. So you can't tiptoe. You got to be aggressive and run in there. But this is a pretty interesting matchup today.
And I love safeties that make receivers think. Make them know they're going to be there over the middle of the field, and you better think twice about catching that football.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Dumps it off in the flats. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. And the Wolverines want to move quickly. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Now they'll run it to the right here. At the 35, he's loose. Smashes through the tackle. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play call.
On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. What a great job they've done in Big Ten play up to this point, and you see them now feeling as if they can accomplish something big.
No doubt, Reese, and I think it's a great start to the season. Like, again, you have goals and you have midpoints to the season where you're at right now. This is where you wanted to be. You wanted to be in the mix in one of the best conferences in all of college football, and Jesse, they're doing that in the Big Ten.
Yeah, they've been able to handle the stage and handle the pressure with every win. That makes the next game that much bigger, and they've shown up on big stages on national television, and they've been able to deliver. This game, though, is the biggest yet. If they keep on the pace they're at, they're going to be playing for a Big Ten championship. You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Got enough space. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. He marched 78 yards down the field.
That makes the score Oregon 7, Michigan 0.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Brings up second down.
On second down, he'll fire. Catch in the middle, it's Hansen. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The Wolverines racing to the line in the hurry-up. On third down, going up top. He makes a catch. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all some.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Touchdown, Michigan. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered. offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Toledo is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Bruce Gradkowski should never be counted out of any game. They're trailing by just 4 to Kent State. We've got our eye on this one and everything. Throughout the day, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20. This offense has a second down play. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period.
Gain of 6.
It's been punch, counter punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. He has 89 yards rushing. He continues to impress as he leads the nation in rushing. They'll throw it on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They go to the ground. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
How about that catch and toe tap to get the first down?
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He tries to take the top off. Catch in stride inside the 15. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Trying to get to him. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Ducks! The AT unit on the field. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. They put together an 81-yard drive, and he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on...
Afterburner's coming. And he's brought down after a huge completion. And the Wolverines headed quickly to the line.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around.
And everybody knows when you're running that play action, that fake has to be great. Everybody has to bite it. Work. Defense didn't bite it, didn't bite the bait, and then after the quarterback got him on the ground.
They'll try the run. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. They started this drive with a big play, but now they need a conversion to keep it alive on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
The Wolverines send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, hitting them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
They'll give it to him again. He's up to 107 yards on the ground, and he just continues to turn in productive performance after productive performance. That's how you lead the nation in rushing. 8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and short. Moves away as he feels pressure. Working on the right. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Wrestled down at the 26. It's a gain of 4. And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Zings it complete to the right. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal. And the Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon! gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half, down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Wants to throw on second down. Grabs it in the middle.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. On second down, he'll let it fly. Firing to the right, complete. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. This is going to be a 46-yard field goal attempt. Never a doubt.
Well, the head coach decided to play it safe on 4th and inches and trot his field goal team out there, and his field goal kicker just made him look like a pretty smart guy.
He'll return it. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Now, they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fellow on the sidelines. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Trying to find his man on first down. He's right on target. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
In an empty backfield here on second and short. Coming after him. Takes a hit as he fires. Got his man to the left. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll throw it on first down. Firing to the end zone. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He'll take a shot. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. And the extra point sails through for a 28-10 lead.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, it is tough to beat the Big House when it's full and rocking as it is today in Ann Arbor. Toughest job inside that stadium right now might just be the scoreboard operator after all those first downs and touchdowns. Big plays have defined this one, thanks to 2 of the best receiving core in all of college football. Let's see if these defenses can adjust and make the necessary chess moves. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in the Big House.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Ducks will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece, and this is coach speak, and very simple. I score, I get a stop. I score, I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Throws to the wideout. Picked off. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Dances away from the heat. Touchdown, Oregon! And the pummeling has started. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. They'll see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
Finds his man. It's Hansen. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give him a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Give to the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. Pressure coming. Now improvising. And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they had made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Wolverines will send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done
just steamrolling his way through.
I tell you what, with this kind of success on the ground, I think you two knuckleheads could call plays. I mean, that's how easy it is for this offense right now. They got the ground game working. It's really easy. Now you can open up for other things, but you guys could even try your hand because they're dominating right now.
Going up top on first down. They're trying to get to it. He'll try to do it himself. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, for this defense now, being good against the pass is not just going to be in the back end covering people. It's going to be trying to contain this guy at the quarterback position. He is lethal, especially when things go off script. And you saw it on that one. First down, they dial up the pass play. You're not able to get him on the ground, and now they've gotten another first down.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down.
Nice job by the QB sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love this slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. I haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Makes the grab. It's Bennett. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
The Ducks want to crank the tempo. Trying to get in the end zone again. Touchdown, Ducks! And the punishment has been extended. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and they close the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Pocket starts to collapse. Got it behind the line. It's Hansen. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that
fires into traffic, intercepted. Never had a chance to get rolling after the pick, but he gives them the ball in prime field position at the 40.
Have a day, young fella. 2 interceptions already? That's 3, 4, 5, 6 games for some people. A hot start, catching the football. He's acting like he's playing wide receiver out there. I might think about trying a different DB.
And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. Looking to move it through the air. Unleashes to the end zone. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. Got some room in under the goal line. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. try to blast their way in. And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on first down. And the D deny them on second and goal. Power ahead. Touchdown, Oregon! And the beatdown has ensued.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. He's looking to throw it. Makes the grab along the sidelines, but it'll be a little short of the first down. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. They'll run play action. Fires to the wideout. Pulls it in. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They run the reverse. They knock him down behind the line, and the defense finishing this third quarter in style. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Wide open downfield. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. It's complete to the left. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Wolverines.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way that coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
Set to kick this one away.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The offense lining up for a first down play. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Nothing but green ahead. The 20. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Ducks! And the stomping has commenced. They extend this fourth quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Looking for a productive play on first down. Defense looks like they're coming. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Second and 10 after the previous play. He's looking to throw. It's complete on the right side.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide. He sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass. He'll take that completion.
Got his man quickly. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to throw it again. He finds his man. At the 35, he's got room. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. And the Wolverines are rolling down the field. He's going to pass. Quickly complete. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. The Wolverines have pushed it inside the 20. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's been that kind of day for this offense, right? It seems like anything they're dialing up just simply isn't working. But at this point, David, I don't know if it's even worth trying to run the ball.
Probably not. You're getting destroyed right now. Nothing has gone your way, and when you're down this much, I think the run...
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he waltzes in with a score. Touchdown, Michigan!
Hey, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him again? Or you say, hey, QB, throw that thing out there.
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touchdown run. You know they just want to go back out there again and get some push.
To the air on first down. Got his man on the right. Nice pick up there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Smart move to keep it on the ground. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Fast motion from the offense. On second down, wants to throw. Skips away from pressure. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
They're bringing heat. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Finds his tight end. He will not get there. They'll turn it over on downs, and then leaves the door open. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Line gets set, first down. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land. Now facing a third and long. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Get it out on the screen. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. And the Wolverines will bring the punt team onto the field. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Running it back, it's Ward. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Quarterback checking the play. Trying to seal the edge down in the backfield, he'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage.
Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. That kind of play will send a surge of energy through your offense. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 40. Throws to the back. It's complete to the right. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. And the Ducks will line it up on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
He's got it in the end zone for another touchdown, and this is a full-fledged beatdown. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. UMass needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with that crowd there at Amherst behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. They're trailing by just 4 to Auburn. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Works the middle of the field. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. This offense always looking for those big, explosive plays, and now they've got it just inside the 30. He wants to throw. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. A big play for the defense with the first down sack. Now, advantage D as the offense comes up on 2nd down. Trying to get rid of it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Unleashes one deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Wolverines will line up to punt it away.
On to kick it away.
He'll call for the fair catch here. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
No stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game. Well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run.
He lets it fly. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positives today, but like, let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but like, let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
They move the tight end all over. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Got room at the 35. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
Really been impressed by the balance we've seen from this offense so far in the game, but I think you got to give a lot of the credit to the running game because it's been able to freeze these defenses, help set up play action. They've been physical at the point of attack. I think that really has been the key force for this offense so far, having the success they've had.
They'll try to get outside. That's the 45 on his way. And that is how we will wrap this one up. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All three phases we saw just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David.